Here's a quick video to show you how to set up our remodeling tracker spreadsheet. So once you buy this spreadsheet from our store, you're going to get this downloadables page. And all you need to do is click this button which says click here. It is going to load into Google Sheets for you. And all you need to do is click make a copy. This will be loaded into your Google Sheets. We no longer have access to it. This is your document to freely use and edit as you want. And I like to usually just zoom out a little bit. I find 100% a bit close. I change it to 75% up here. The first page is a shopping list. So when you're doing your selections for your remodel, you can use this page to keep track of everything. So you may need one vanity, it may be a wall hung one, and then you can add the URL in. And if you have the cost, you can add it in here. So maybe $1,200 and you just hit selected. So you work through that list, finding everything you want to put into your bathroom remodel. Moving on to the tile calculator. Quite simple. You have 4 walls and a floor in most bathrooms. All you want to do is measure the length times the width. Doesn't matter if you're measuring in foot or you're measuring in square meters. It's all the same thing. It's just length times width. The formula is the same. So in Australia, the standard length will be maybe 3 meters by a normal ceiling height of 2.4 meters, which will be 7.2 square meters of tiles plus a 20% wastage. So we're going to assume those for 2 walls, which are bigger walls. And then we're going to assume this for the 2 smaller walls as it's a rectangular room. And the floor may be 2.5 by 2.5 square meters. So here we've got our square meters for our tiles. So if we select all those, we'll see at the bottom we need 28.8 square meters of tiles for the walls. And for the floor, we need 7.5 square meters total. You can also add in some URLs here if you have found the tiles you like, just to keep track of those as well. Moving on, contractor comparisons. If you're a builder, you won't need this. If you are not a builder and you're looking to hire people for a job, this is very useful. You have 3 different companies, and then you have every trade usually used on a bathroom remodel in this list. Starting with asbestos removals, demolition team, blah, blah, blah. So it's up to you to be reaching out to these companies and getting a little bit of information off them and also getting a quote. So you may have A1 asbestos team, Lux asbestos removal, and then trusted one asbestos removal. So three companies. You want to get the name of the contact. You want to get the company name, obviously goes in there. I'll move that one down a little bit. Phone number, address, email, price. So you want to get a quote off them for the job. You don't always want to go with the cheapest quote. You just want to go with the person you feel the best about. So in the pros, you want to talk about the reviews they have and the history that they've been operating for. Are they licensed, etc.? You go through sort of building your team up here through all these different trades. Once you're happy with a company from each trade, you may take the one you choose, say A1 asbestos team, and you're going to take them over here to contractor contacts. So this page is for the people that you have selected and that you are using for your remodel. So in here, we're going to change asbestos removal to A1 asbestos team. Contact John, emails, address, status, and total cost. So they may have said it's going to be $3,000 for the asbestos removal, and you may have paid him $1,500 for a deposit. So this keeps an overall track across multiple projects of how much you have spent on each contractor. Moving on, so this page here is fairly self-explanatory. You just go through and obviously add in to each one. The next one's a schedule. So once you've selected all your team, you've locked them in and you've paid the deposits, then you can then start scheduling in people. So week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to you how long you want to run this project for, but I would spend some time scheduling so there's no overlap between trades. What you want to do initially is you want to come up here to the date, double click and find the day that you want to start your remodel on. So say we want to start in September, we want to start on a Monday. That's Monday the 1st. We can click and drag that out. So Monday the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. That's week 1. And then here we would go to the 8th, and you just keep going on like that. And now usually what I do is I color coordinate all this. So for fixture deliveries, I would make that a green box. And I would keep working downwards like this. So I want my fixtures and tiles delivered on day 1, and my building material and my waste bin. So all this happens on day 1. As well as on day 1, I want my asbestos team to come in. The next day, demolition team, if the asbestos guys missed anything. The next day, the carpenter, the plumber, the electrician. I want to take a rest, so the installation guys will come on Sunday. Maybe they don't work on Sunday. So they'll come on Monday, and so on and so on and so on. Once you're done, you can export this page as a PDF and send it to your trades so everyone knows the day that they have to come. Also follow up with them, confirm that you're locked in, booked in their schedules. But this is how I run most of my trades. This is very aggressive. You may want to give your plumber 3 days, and then you would move your electrician for 2 days. So there's no rush, particularly in building, especially when you want to get things right. Week 1, week 2, week 3, doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as the job is done to a high level. Total summary. So this spreadsheet tracks 5 different projects. So as you enter data into project 1, it will be added into here. So this is where things get a little bit more intense. And this is sort of the main part of the spreadsheet. So this is where you can track all information for your particular project. Get rid of this AI thing. So here we have categories that have been already added for you, but you can add your own categories in. And this is where you add your budgets in. So for asbestos, our budget was $3,000. And all we have to do is add into this category here. That's automatically going to add this here. And then this is the transaction. So we're actually spending. So we add all our budgets in. And then once we start spending money, we add it over here into the transactions box. So we'd go category, asbestos, fixed cost removal. Item cost was $3,000. So it's exactly what they said it was. There was no extras. It was just one job. So it's $3,000. We can add the date in and any notes we want. But here you'll see that the asbestos was $3,000 budgeted for, and it was actually $3,000. But we might get to the demolition. We budgeted $500 for the demolition. We'll come over here. The guys did their work. But there were some unexpected issues. So instead of $500, they charged you $750. And I just took a day, whatever, it was quantity 1, fixed price. You will now see that you're under budget by $250. So you're negative $250, sorry. And you'll see on here the green isn't as high as the orange, meaning you're now running at a deficit. But your carpenter comes in and you budgeted $1,000 for him. And then he does his work, fixed fee, and it was quite simple. It's $200. And then you're now above budget. Under budget, $550. You're back in the green. So this whole spreadsheet is designed to track your costs. You can get an idea of the costs coming in over here. And also the graph keeps it very clear. You can see how much the budget was versus how much actually spent. So you can keep a track of the whole thing. This is a very powerful spreadsheet. So if you keep this updated every day, you're going to keep your project on time, on budget, etc. And you're going to be able to hold people accountable, which is the most important thing. Because in these earlier stages, you got all these quotes and you knew exactly how much they were going to be. You should have got a fixed rate. So it's going to be quite easy to fill out these budgets. And then as you're getting through the work, you're just adding it to these transactions to sort of track how much you're spending. By the end of the job, it should be something like slightly under budget. The total budget might have been $20,000. You're at $19,500. I would say that was a successful project, and this spreadsheet sort of served its purpose. So that's a quick overview. There are 5 different projects you can track at once using this spreadsheet, which all, again, do feed into this page here. But it's just up to you how many rooms you are sort of remodeling at once. So that is a quick overview of this template. It works very well, and you can reuse it an unlimited amount of times. I don't think there's too much else to it, but if you need any support with this, you can also reach out to me. We offer one-to-one support. and we can help you sort of through the planning process. So that's it for this video, but thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.